edge. PTIP is to empower educators with cutting-edge skills, strategies, and resources to meet the demands of the modern classroom and beyond. This program was designed with a singular focus to prepare all educators, not to just teach, but to thrive as educators in this dynamic landscape. From integrating the future of work into teaching practices and also embracing digital tools that foster creativity and collaboration. Educators will gain invaluable insights and capabilities to shape a generation of learners equipped for tomorrow's challenges. We've explored the trends and innovations shaping the future. We've demonstrated a remarkable willingness to step outside comfort zones, absorb new ideas, and reimagine what teaching should be. It's always not easy. I mean, if you ask the graduating cohort, it's not easy. True growth is never easy. But I saw perseverance, creativity, and passion. And this alone makes this moment beautiful and meaningful. So, to the graduating cohort, this is my little charge to you. You are leaving this program as more than educators. You are change makers. Be ready to inspire your students, your fellow educators. Inspire them to dream bigger and aim higher. You've proven that learning is not a destination, but a journey. And your commitment to lifelong learning is what sets you apart. To everyone here, the supporters for today, to our friends, to families, all the invited guests, thank you for being the pillars of encouragement and strength to these exceptional individuals. Your belief in them has made this an integral part of our success. And to everyone that's helped us, the Nigeria Innovate, the NGO that helped to sponsor some of our graduating cohort members, your dedication to fostering a culture of excellence in education is what makes us continue to work in Schoolinka and also for this PTIP program. As we celebrate this milestone, let us remember that this is only the beginning. The tools you've gained, the connections you've built, the mindset you've cultivated are stepping stones to a brighter and more impactful teaching career. The future of education, the future of work is in your hands because you are ready, very much ready to lead it. So once again, I say, congratulations, Cohort 4.0. You have made us proud, and we cannot wait to see the incredible impact you will create in your classrooms and beyond. As you move forward, remember, you are not just educators. You are innovators, dreamers, and leaders shaping the future. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Give me my flowers now. Clap for me now. That was my speech.
Wow, thank you. A real clap. Not clap, wow. A real
Thank
clap.
you so much, ma'am. Really appreciate it. Thank you, our wonderful facilitator.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So for everyone that has come here to celebrate with us, I want to introduce to you the graduating cohort. They've been incredible. I mean, I worked with them for this past week, and I'll tell you, they've been incredible. They've been awesome. They attend classes, they completed their work. In fact, the last micro teaching we did, they impressed me a lot. Some people, it's their first time touching Canva as a digital tool for lesson delivery, and they did amazingly well. So with a standing ovation, if you can stand and clapping and jubilating, let's present the graduating class of PTIP Cohort 4. We have Hawa Mohammed Bello. Hawa, is she here? She can say hi. We have Sharon. Really, Sharon, say hi.
Hi.
We have Keto Nichuku Emeka. Is he here? Say hi. We have Deborah Tayo. We have Nyamaka Cynthia Okpala. We have Miss Tura Abikbesola.
Hi.
Adewumi Adetunji. We have Bello Bisola. We have
Hi.
Adetoye. Congratulations. You've been amazing. I applaud you. You've been amazing. Thank you so much for this journey you started. And pray
Thank
that you
you so
continue
much.
to practice what you have learned.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so we are going to go over to the session for today. So this is just like a gift from us at Schoolinka. You've learned how to be educators, how to use digital tools and all that. But there's one thing that is necessary for us to learn right now. It's how to brand yourself. Branding is very important. I mean, your brand is who you are. Your brand is what goes ahead of you. People will talk about you somewhere. For them to refer you, for them to call you out to different things, you need to present yourself in a certain way. So gone are the days where we see teaching as something that you can't come out and say, this is my brand. Right now, educators are making waves in different platforms, especially now that EdTech is even taking over. So we're going to just have a little talk about what it means to create your own personal brand and also tell your story as an educator. And with me today for this session, we have an amazing person. Her name is Oluwatamilore Durojaye. She's a creative professional passionate about education. She has a bachelor's degree in electrical electronics engineering from Covenant University. She has transitioned to a career in content marketing. She's driven by a desire to empower young people and creatives. She leverages the power of storytelling to inspire and uplift individuals, helping them to realize their full potential. She has gained valuable experience working in advertising and in 2 schools in Southwest Nigeria, further solidifying her commitment to education. Currently, she serves as the Content Marketing Associate at Schoolinka and the Executive Director of the Growth Foundation, where she's dedicated to supporting education and community development. I present to you our facilitator, one amazing young lady, you won't believe it, our facilitator for today, Oluwatamilore Durojaye. Thank you so much for coming.
Good
Welcome.
evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Welcome.
Good evening. Welcome, Tammy.
Thank you. Thank
Welcome.
you. I'd like to confirm that you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
we
Yes, we
can.
can.
So if at any point you can't hear me, please let me know. I'm seeing notifications that my network may not be good, but don't worry, we'll make it work. Okay, so I'm about to share my screen and we're just going to dive into it. The title of my session is Storytelling and Personal Branding as an Educator. Thank you, Susan, for introducing me. I'd like to thank Mr. Sheung, even though he's not here, for giving me the opportunity to speak to educators. So as you read my profile, I studied electrical electronics engineering, and now I work in marketing in education specifically. After I finished my bachelor's degree, since I finished school, I've been working with schools or in education in one way or another. So everything has kind of balanced out. And today we're going to be looking at storytelling and personal branding as an educator. So we're going to be looking at the table of content. Why is the introduction to personal branding and storytelling, how to tell a good story, understanding the various platforms, and important things to note. So before we start, let's do a simple activity. I would like everybody here to Google their names. So Google your name in the chat and tell us in the comment section what you see when you Google your name. Let's start from there. So if you Google my name now, because somebody may try that, if you Google my name, one thing you would see is mostly ministry work. So aside working in education, I also lead an itinerant ministry. So if you Google my name, one of the first things that will pop up is ministry work. Then if you scroll down a little bit, you'd see the work I do with Schoolinka with my foundation. So over to you. If we Google your name, what's the first thing we see? I'm waiting.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
When I googled my name, the first thing I saw was Upskill Tutor because I registered for Upskill Tutor. It's a
Okay.
tutoring platform. And I also
Okay.
saw my name on Teacher On. It's also an online teaching platform.
Okay. Good. Good.
And I also
Good.
saw my LinkedIn profile.
Good. Good. Okay. Mercy saw her LinkedIn page. Who else? Who else?
Good evening.
Good evening.
So what came up was I could see my LinkedIn profile, my
Okay.
Facebook profile, and
Okay.
then something that has to do research gates. I think I
Something
want to sign up on their website.
you want to sign.
Research
Okay.
gate profile.
Okay. So
Yeah,
do you
personal
like,
information.
okay. So I have a follow-up question. For those of you that checked, do you like what you are seeing? Does it portray the best version of you? Is it bringing your best foot forward? If anybody sees your profile, will this be like, oh my God, this is a mind-blowing person? From your opinion.
It needs
Testimonial,
improvement.
it needs improvement. I like your
Yes.
I like your honesty. Even I feel like with the way I'm gonna get a bit technical now, or with the way technology has developed, it's even better now. If we did this activity a year ago, for some of you, it's somebody else's profile that will pop up. Because I remember when I first did this
Mm-hmm.
activity, I don't think it was my name that popped up. It wasn't me, it was somebody else. But over time, I think technology has improved, so it knows who you are looking for. So that's the first activity. So if you're not happy about the results, I'm hoping that by the end of today's session, you would have a roadmap to get to where you want to be in terms of your personal brand. So let's start with the definition of personal branding and storytelling. Personal branding is the practice of intentionally defining and promoting your values, skills, and experiences to create a public identity. I'll take it again. It is the practice, and here's the key word, of intentionally defining and promoting your value, skills, and experiences to create a public identity. If before COVID, building a personal brand wasn't very common, you had to be like a very rich or influential person to have a personal brand. But post COVID, as long as you have access to the internet, you have the right to build a personal brand. And the way this definition describes it as the intentional act, attentional, the practice of intentionally defining and promoting your service, your value, skills, and experiences, it means that your personal brand will not be built by accident. Even when you think, even even being passive about your personal identity is still having a personal identity, because your personal identity is what people think of you when they see something. So if they see something, they can point it back to you. So the goal for almost everybody here should be like, now those of you that finish PTIP, for example, you can say, okay, I want, somebody said something about doing upskill. I think that was Mistura. So you could let it be that when people see you upskill educator, one of the first names that comes to their head is Mistura. Now that's intentionally building a brand, right? So don't be passive. Don't be passive, but you're intentionally defining and promoting your skills. When we say promoting, I can relate when some people are like, they don't want to blow their trumpet, right? That they are more comfortable. You know, it's easier for us to receive praise when it's from other people. It feels earned, right? It's easier when somebody says, oh, don't you know this person? She did this, and this. But then when it's time to blow your own trumpet, that's when you want to become modest. In 2024, into 2025, and the years beyond, you have to be, nobody, there's something, I'm agency. So there's something we always say, nobody can blow your trumpet more than you. Nobody can carry your market more than you. Nobody can sell your market more than you. So you have to be intentional about promoting yourself. And there's a balance between promoting yourself and making yourself look like a fake, right? But you have to be intentional about promoting yourself and what you do. Now, what is storytelling? So I got this definition from Oliver Serrat, and it says storytelling is the use of stories or narratives as a communication tool to value, share, and capitalize on the knowledge of individuals. So basically, it's using stories to pass a point. It's using stories to pass a point. So I mentioned earlier that I lead an itinerant ministry, and one way I have learned to make sermons resonate with people is by using stories. Sometimes people don't remember the point, but they remember the story I used to drive the point. If for the educators that still work in the classroom, you can relate that sometimes when you give your students or your pupils a story behind it, it's easy for them to remember, right? They may not remember what you said, but they remember the story, right? How many people can relate to that? You don't tell stories in your class.
In the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. Tell me how it goes, okay?
Okay. So now let's look at why personal branding is important. So we need to look at a few numbers. So there are many reasons why personal branding is important, but these two are very important, as especially for educators. It gives you enhanced career opportunities and positively impacts your employability. So according to a research done by Entrepreneur in 2023, they said 83% of business owners say that a strong personal brand has helped them attract new clients and grow their businesses. So, social media today, another organization said individuals with a strong personal brand are more likely to be considered for speaking engagements and industry events. For positively impacting employability, 75% of recruiters say a strong personal brand can significantly influence hiring decisions. This is according to LinkedIn, a report they did last year. And Forbes in 2023 established that executives with a strong personal brand command 26% higher salaries on average. So as I said earlier, building a personal brand is no more something that is cute. It's not something that is nice to have. It's very important, especially if you want to make progress. Because the thing is, if you are known for something good, if you are known for solid work, if you are known for excellence publicly, people will want to affiliate with you. If you if you take your personal brand seriously, people would if you take your personal brand seriously, and one of the advantages to doing a personal brand. So I've worked doing personal brands and I have worked doing business brands. Like now I work on the business brand for Schoolinka. I can tell you it is easier to promote a personal brand. Why? Because people connect better with people. People trust people more, right? So when you build a personal brand, you are opening up doors of more opportunities because the more you share, the more people will know you, the more people want to patronize you, the more people want to work with you, and it just opens doors of opportunity onto you. So you shouldn't shy away from having a personal brand, because I'm so sure some people are like, personal brand is very nice, but I'm busy, I have a lot of things to do. Even I sometimes give myself this excuse, but I've come to understand that again, nobody can sell your market more than you. Nobody can sell your market more than you. So you need to be intentional about your personal brand so that more doors of opportunity can be opened onto you. So now, why is storytelling important? As I said earlier, people connect with stories. Sometimes when they hear a story, they're like, oh my God, that happened to me as well. And they feel seen and heard in our stories. And more often than not, people remember stories. It's the story you told them that they will remember, not the moral lesson. So here I have let's look at an example to prove my points. Are we together? If we're together, please leave a chat in the comment section. Leave an emoji in the comment section. Are we here? Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, are we together? Great. Thank you very much. So now let's look at an example of what I mean about storytelling. So let's assume I have made a post on social media. Maybe it was on LinkedIn or on Instagram. And I just wrote, did you know practice makes perfect? It may not seem like it, but as you do things more, you are getting better. Learn to do it afraid. This is a good post, Abby. It's a very nice post. You'll agree. But I promise you, if I see you on the road tomorrow and I ask you about my post, you may not even remember that I posted something. Right?
True.
You may
True.
not remember that
Yes.
I posted something. But now let's look at another version of this same story. And by the way, this is a true life story. In case you want to know, it's a true life story. So at the beginning of the year, I was afraid of driving. I didn't move faster than 40 kilometers per hour. For those of you that drive, you know this is incredibly slow, and I live in Lagos. So you can imagine how many people have been angry driving behind me. My brother's office was in the same area as mine, so he used to drop me off and pick me up every day. But we realized that we were saving fuel when I took the car to work instead. So I had to face my fears and start driving. 6 months later, my driving has improved. I now take routes that I was once afraid of with ease. I'm not 100% perfect yet, but I'm better than I used to be. The saying is true. Practice makes perfect. Which one would you remember? The gist of me telling you how I did not know how to drive at the beginning of the year, or the story of, oh, practice makes perfect? Which one would you? Some people can even connect that. Good. I'm not the only one that drives very slowly on the road. I mean, who else? Who's like, I still drive 40 kilometers, in case you're wondering. Last, I didn't go beyond 80, but I'm a very, well, I'm becoming a bit more confident, but I still drive very carefully. But how many people can relate to that story that, see, if I could, I would not drive. Right? But that's the power of a good story. You would probably remember that. If I ask you tomorrow, you would probably remember my story of how I struggled to drive. Now, I've talked about personal branding. I've talked about storytelling. Where's the middle ground? So what we are seeing now is I put a circle called the personal brand, and I put the elements of what makes a personal brand. The first thing is purpose. Why do you want to build a personal brand? I know, let me say this. I know I have shown you statistics that building a personal brand opens up windows of opportunities in terms of money, but you need a deeper purpose than that. You need a deeper purpose than that, because especially, I don't want to get economical, but if we think about it, some of us are earning more this year than we're earning last year, but it seems like the money is still not enough. So it means that money is like a shadow will continue chasing. So it means that your purpose when it comes to your personal brand has to be beyond money. So what's your purpose? Why are you building the personal brand? What is the goal? Your personal experiences. So like now, to communicate the importance of practice, I share the personal experience. It's authentic to me. You can relate to it, but it's my story. Your message, what do you want to keep on telling people? So for me personally, my message is more of, so if you check my LinkedIn, one of the other things I call myself is your partner in in personal development. So my message is, meeting with me is an opportunity to get better. If I want to put my message in one sentence, I think that would be it. Connecting with me is an opportunity to get better. Spiritual, emotional, in your professional life, and a contact with me is an opportunity to get better. Personality. So I'm an ambivert. I'm not extroverted. I'm not introverted. I'm just there. So my personality too tends to show when I show up on my personal brand. Values. What are things that are important to me? I went to a school where integrity was high up there. So integrity, diligence, discipline, those are values that are important to me. And now this one is very important. Consistency. Consistency. So today I've been talking on my WhatsApp status that, oh, I'm going to be speaking with all of you today. And today, just before this session started, I asked on my WhatsApp status, I finished working on my slides. What do you think what the color of my slides are? I think 4 people responded. 3 of them said the color brown. They've not seen the slides. And I don't think, maybe 1 or 2 of them are here. But 3 of them out of the 4 people that responded said color brown. Do you know why? So the reason why is when I chat with you and I need to use the heart emoji, I don't use the red emoji. I don't use the black emoji. I don't use any of the colored emojis. I only use the brown emoji. I use the brown emoji when I'm talking to people and I need to leave a heart. And it has in their minds, somebody even reached out to me. I was telling somebody I needed color ideas for a dress, and the person said Tamilore chocolate brown. And I was like, what do you mean by Tamilore chocolate brown? He was like, oh, you're always using the brown hat, so I've associated the color with you. By the way, brown is not my favorite color. But what happened was so I noticed there are some people I look up to that when they are chatting with you, they have a color that they use. Some of them it's green. And usually those people are tend towards climate change. Personally, they tend towards climate change and all that. So they use green. Some people use black as far they think black is a cool color, so let's use it. Some people use the white hearts. If you check WhatsApp, you'll understand what I'm saying, that how there are many hearts, right? Some people use white, like they like the color white. And I was like, what color have I barely seen people use? I don't know why I thought about this. I don't know if I was just being funny. I was like, what color do people not use that? At least I've not seen anybody that uses it a lot that I can use it. And I was like, oh, the color brown. And I think this has been since 2021. So every time I talked, even part of the ways you will know that I am actively in our conversation is if I use the color brown hat, if it's necessary. But the brown hat, constant. If you check my social media posts and I have to use a hat, is the brown hat. And that's what consistency does. It may look like no one is watching, it may look like nobody is noticing, but I promise you, what you are doing is leaving a mark on people, and that becomes your brand, such that somebody will be associating a whole color to you. And how all these things that I have mentioned are communicated is through storytelling, right? They are all communicated through storytelling. So now, how do you start telling your story and building a personal brand? First, let's lay the foundation. So we had started talking about this earlier and we'll just rush into it. Before you start posting and building a personal brand, and before you open, well, you still have to open. But before we get into that, let's start with your why. Why are you building this personal brand? What's your goal? To grow as a brand should always have service at heart. We're all educators here. We live a life of service. When we do things, we're doing things to help people. You need to communicate that in your personal brand if you want to go far. Even in businesses that do well are the businesses that have service at heart, not profits. It's organizations that have profits, that have service at heart and not profits that do well. And that's because people are attracted to full of service. Right? Hold on, please. Okay. So, why are you building your personal brand? Who are you speaking to? This is very important because you can't speak to everybody. Like now, if you see the way the title of this session is curated, it's personal branding and storytelling for educators. It's not for random. It's not for, well, some people outside education can benefit from this. But as we go deeper into this, you would see that there are some things that are specific to being an educator, because this session is for educators, right? So you need to be specific. Who are you speaking to? So I want to give you a few examples because I've experienced it that I would go for classes like this and I'm still a bit lost, right? I don't know where to start. So for your who, for your why, it could be a few reasons. A reason could be you want to help other teachers who are starting out in their career. You want to help other teachers who are starting out in their career. How I said, if I want to put my message in one sentence, contact with me, you are going to be better than you came, right? So the same way, I like helping younger people younger than me, people who are still, like now I talk more to university students and NYSC coppers. So people who are younger than me, who are just starting life, gain some insights into the future that is coming ahead. That's for me. So it means that I talk more personal development and I speak to younger people, so coppers and university students. For you, your target audience could be younger teachers. Your target audience could be parents. You could share content on how parents can how parents can help their children do better academically. Your target audience could be parents. Your target audience could be other teachers as well, right? So your why and your who, very important. Your what, I've already answered this. What do you want these people to know you for? Do they want to? So there are some people here, an idea could be if you want to work with other teachers, maybe sharing tech tools, AI tech tools. So you want them to know that any tech tool they can think of, Mary knows it. Any tech tool they can think of, Amaka knows it. So what do you want them to know you for? And the last thing is where. What platform would you be maximizing to build your personal brand? So are you going to be on Facebook? Are you going to be on LinkedIn? Are you going to be on Instagram? Are you going to be on Twitter? Are you going to be on TikTok? So the answer to this will be dependent on you, right? The answer to this will be dependent on you because some people, they prefer Facebook. Well, it will be dependent on you and where your target audience is. So for example, if you want to speak to maybe school owners, it's not Instagram you will reach them. You may reach them there, but the easiest place to reach them will be on LinkedIn because most of them spend their time there. So where is your target audience? If you're speaking to parents, Facebook and Instagram will work because on Facebook it's not far-fetched to see a post on how to be a better parent in terms of academics, right? So what platform do you want to use? As we're having this conversation, I want you to start thinking about it. Your why, your who, your what, your where. Having a rough draft starts from somewhere, right? And then we move from there. So now, how to tell a good story? Well, there are many elements, but we are going to use what is called the 5 C's of storytelling. And the 5 C's are character. So this answers the question of the who of the story. Who is the story about? The second C is context, the why of the story. It answers the question like, why should we even care about this character? The third C is conflict. What's the problem that the character is facing? The climax, the eureka moment where the conflict has been solved, and closure, a summary of the whole story. So these are the 5 C's of storytelling: character, context, conflict, climax, closure. So now I want to also add how to create an engaging post. So the thing is, especially when you create for social media, you can't there's a bit of intentionality required because a lot more people, it's not like 2020 when people were just getting very used to content creation. In 2024, the average person is a content creator. So how do you stand out? How do you make sure that people actually engage my post? And it's not that you post and maybe only you and your sister likes the post. By the way, there's nothing wrong with that, especially in the early stages. But the goal is in 1 month, there should be platforms like IG. In 3 months, there should be progress in the people you reach. For LinkedIn, a month is actually fine if you are consistent. So platform to platform progress, right? So how to create an engaging post of your personal brand, right? Now, there's something that you also need to do. It's called KLT. It means that your audience should know, like, and trust you. So now, you know how I said that making money shouldn't be the heart of your personal brand, but you can make money from it. So if people know you for a particular thing, let's say people know you for using specific AI tools, they like you. Maybe from time to time, you share, aside sharing about AI tools, you also share a little bit about your personal life. So they get to like you, see what you are outside AI, and then they trust you. So they know that anything you give them is good quality. These same people, if you say, okay, I want to do a course on AI tools, they would be willing to drop money for you, especially if they. And this is not you open a personal, you start your personal brand today, you start selling next week. No, you need to give it time. This know, like, and trust, it takes time. But the best time to build a personal brand was yesterday. The next personal time, the best time to build a personal brand was in 2020. The next best time is now. So start. So let them know you, let them like you, let them trust you before you start asking them to give you money. So now let's look at the things that you must have in your post for your post to be engaging. So you could use a hook. So a hook could be visual. So if you're shooting a video, do something that they weren't expecting in the video. It could be verbal. So verbal example of verbal gist would be, imagine if I just come now and I tell you people, guys, there's hot gist. There's very, very hot gist. You won't believe what just happened right now. A lot of people, if your friends do this, you will drop what you are doing and give them attention. Abi, if they tell you, oh, there's hot gist, you call them closer, like, come, they come and spill the tea, come and tell me what's up, give me the gist. You will forget everything you're doing just for the gist. That's common. There's hot gist. You won't believe what just happened. All those are example of hooks. Now, of course, when you're writing, you can't use come there's hot gist. It may work, but what could work could be the hook describing the problem that you'll be solving. So, for example, say goodbye to writing lesson notes. Now, a teacher who has been struggling to write lesson notes will be attracted to your post because they are tired of writing long lesson notes. And the lesson notes could now be, oh, using AI to write their lesson notes, or something like write your lesson notes in 5 minutes. A lot of teachers will jump on that hook. They'll be like, okay, show me the way, because the hook attracts them and tells them about the problem you're solving. Are we still together?
Yes, we are.
Great.
Yes, please.
So the next thing is high quality visuals, especially for platforms like Instagram. The quality of your images can help or ruin your engagements. The quality of your pictures can sometimes, especially if you're posting graphics. Let me give you a hack. If you're posting graphics and you know that people don't really engage with the graphics that well, the hack. So you know Instagram has a carousel feature. Let the first picture be a fine picture of you. People will engage it. So your picture will be slide 1, the graphics slide 2. So people will see the fine picture first and then they will want more. So they will scroll and they will now see what you're trying to sell. Right? So high quality images. And I know somebody will be like, but ma'am, the quality of my phone is not that great. I can tell you that one hack to taking good pictures, especially if you don't have a good phone, is to maximize light. So I remember when I wasn't using a very good phone, I used to time my pictures to when the sun was gold. So at least it wasn't perfect, but it was better. Some of those pictures I still use today. So be intentional with taking pictures. And somebody was like, taking pictures is stressful. But the thing is, especially if you want people to know, like, and trust you, they need to know what you look like. They need to know what you look like. They need to be able to see you on the street and be like, ah, that's Fatima, that's true. I know her on IG. Do you understand? So take pictures. Take pictures with your phones, and then once a year. So I do this as well. Every year, every April, I take new pictures. Every April. Another reason why taking pictures is important is, you know how we talked about earlier that one of the advantages to building a personal brand is so that is you have access to more speaking engagements. And how you know speaking engagements is good money? Like to speak for like on an hour, you can probably make a good amount of money depending on the caliber of people you're speaking to. Can make a good amount of money. So if you want to have that opportunity, so now if you have a speaking engagement, they're going to ask for your picture to put on your poster. You want the picture to present the best version of you, right? So every year I would encourage you, every year or every 2 years, but every year is better because we change as time goes on, and even you would like to document how you look like the year before. So every year, go for a headshot. You don't even need to do a full-blown photo shoot. What I used to do, my birthday is in April. So I tell the photographer to take one headshot of me. And it's that headshot I use for the whole year. The picture that was used on this particular flyer was taken in April. I will use it again. I will use it, and use it till next April. But do that. No worry, people will not fight you. There's only one picture you have. They should give you money if they want you to take more pictures, right? But be intentional about the images you use. High quality graphics. Think like your audience. So if you notice, some of the examples I've been using have been targeted towards, okay, something an educator can use. And that's because I'm speaking to educators. It will be out of place for me to be talking about, so because I work in content marketing, it will be out of place for me to use, give you ideas that are relatable to content marketers. Why should I be giving you 5 types of social media tools you can use as example? Right? So think like your audience. Make sure the content you are putting out is something that your target audience will see it. They'll be like, I need this. This is helpful. This is very helpful. Some people, when they see posts like that, they will actually engage with you in the comment section, like, oh my God, I really needed this. I was just thinking about it. So think like your audience. Put yourself in their shoes. What would they like to read in this moment? What would they like to hear in this moment when they are creating your content? And the last thing, which is also very important, is call to action. CTA, call to action. When you are putting out content, don't just post the content and go. I know somebody will be like, but I just did that in my first example. Don't worry. Don't just post the content and go. Put a call to action. You can tell them, oh, tell us in the comments, what do you think about this? What are your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Oh, if you found this helpful, make sure you share it with a friend. If you want more details about this, make sure you follow us. How many of you see this on social media posts? And they will tell you, oh, if you want for more information, go to this link, follow us for more, do this, do that. What they are doing is called a call to action. I encourage you as much as possible in your social media posts, don't post without a call to action. Because sometimes some people will read your caption, they will read your post, they don't know what to do afterwards, and they will just scroll and go. And the thing about engagement, especially the algorithm, is the more people engage, the more people will see it. How many of you have noticed that your birthday posts, your graduation posts about you sharing good news and bad news, they do very well? How many of you have noticed? Like now, I think one of the posts of the highest likes on my personal page is my birthday post. Yes, I think it's my birthday post. And that's because everybody was commenting happy birthday. People were sharing the post on their stories, they engaged with it, and that's how it works. So make sure that you leave a call to action so that your target audience can engage. Now let's look at another example. And this example is targeted more towards educators. So I'm going to read the story. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Great. So let me read the story. My mommy will beat me if she hears I was cheating. That's what Peter told me when I accused him of cheating during a test and leaving comments on his script. When I started working in that school as a copper, I realized the students weren't performing well academically, and I wondered why. But I realized I met a few outliers, one of whom was Peter. Peter excelled in tests and exams. A lot of typos. The teacher sang his praises, and I wondered what made him different from the other students. One day, while marking his test scripts, I thought I caught him in exam malpractice, and I left a comment that he cheated and he should see me. He came to the staff room to defend himself, and I realized my mistake. And he politely asked me that I remove the comment on his script. So what happened? This is a true life story, by the way. So there was a particular question. I taught physics for context in a school in Oyo Town just last year. There was a particular question I asked my students. All of them failed it. Now, Peter and somebody else got the question. No, they didn't get it, but the way they solved it was the exact same way. And I was like, nah, you people cheated. So I wrote it on both their scripts that you guys cheated, 0. Come and see me in my office. The two of them actually came. And so they explained to me that, for one thing, they are reading partners, which is true. I can confirm that they are reading partners. So they've solved the question before and they solved it the exact same way. And they confirmed to me that they were not cheating, right? So, and then after that, they did tell me that, so they used to call me mistress. And they were like, mistress, please remove this. You are cheating from my scripts, please. They begged me. And I was like, why? It's just on your script. It's not like it's in your report card. And then he mentioned, so I asked him why. He mentioned that his parents review his scripts and he will be in trouble if they see that comment. So his parents will not know that he has gone to defend himself. I have changed his mark on the report card. What they will see is that he was cheating. and they will beat him. That was when I realized what makes him different. His parents were actively involved in his academics and looking at the other outlier. So the second person that I said he was cheating with, the same thing. She still said it, that my parents will beat me if they see this. And the other outliers, the story was the same. This was when I realized the importance of parents' involvement in learners' academic excellence. Do you think parents need to be involved in their child's academics? Let's talk about it in the comments. So now, looking at my post, let's do it together. What are the 5 C's? What are the 5 C's? So 5 C's is character, context, conflict, climax, closure. So who is the character here?
Peter.
There are 2 characters here. Peter, right? What's the context?
Examination malpractice.
Examination malpractice, that could be classified as context. No, that's the conflict. Examination malpractice. The context was he was a student in a school, right? He was a student in a school that I was teaching in. That's the context. The conflict was he was accused of exam malpractice. And aside being accused of exam malpractice, I noticed he was doing better academically than most students in his class, right? And I was wondering why. So that was a conflict for me. Like, what makes you different from everybody else? Not in a bad way. I was just genuinely curious. And then the climax was when I realized that, oh, it's because his parents are involved. That's why he's diligent. And closure, parents should be involved in their child's academics. Now, remember I talked about the elements of a good post. I talked about hooks, right? So what's the hook of this story? What's the hook of this story?
You are cheating. You are cheating.
My mom will
beat
my mom
me
will beat me if she
because
hears
I
I
was
was
cheating.
if you were watching an Instagram video and it started like that, most of you will stop and be like, from where to where? How did we arrive here? Right? That's a hook. I've drawn you in with that. And then this is not an engaging visual post because it's written, but I'm talking to a target audience. So my target audience are 2 sets of people, teachers and parents. Right? I mean, some teachers can relate. They've been in schools where there's one student that does better than everybody else, and you are wondering why. So target audience, I've thought of them. And then I left a CTA, like, okay, I've told you about my opinion on parents' involvement in academics. Maybe so now you have the opportunity to share your own opinion in the comment section. So I've applied the 5 C's of storytelling, and I have also applied the elements of an engaging post. Now I want to show you something very important, and it is the first version of this particular story. And there's a reason why this first version is very important, because your first draft of your story will not be great. Let me tell you now, your first draft will not be great. So when I was preparing for this presentation, what you're reading now is the very first thing that came from my brain, right? So it goes, during my NYSC, I served in a school as a physics teacher, and a lot of students weren't performing well academically, and I wondered why. Initially, I assumed that they weren't being taught well. The learning conditions weren't great, but I realized that there were a few outliers, one of which was a student named Peter. Peter was always excelling in tests and exams. The teachers always sang his praises, and I wondered what separates Peter from the rest of the students. One day, while marking his test scripts, I thought I caught him in exam malpractice, and I left a comment that he cheated and he should see me. He came to my staff room to defend himself, and I realized my mistake, and he politely asked that I remove the comment on his script, and I asked him why. He mentioned that his parents review his script. That was when I realized what makes him different. His parents are actively involved in his academics, and looking at the other outliers, the story was the same. This was when I realized the importance of parents' involvement in learners' academic excellence. So if you think about it, I used the 5 C's, but it wasn't an engaging post. If you see this story, you'll probably scroll past it. But when you look at the first version, that attracts your attention, that gets your attention, right? That gets your
Yes.
attention compared to
Yes,
the
it
first
does.
one. And the reason why I put these 2 stories side by side is so that you can see is, first of all, the thing is, when I was working on the presentation, I wrote this story on the spot. It was when I said, okay, let me review it. And I'm like, there could be a better way to write this. And then I wrote it this way. But I wouldn't have known there was a better way to write it if I did not write it to begin with. Right? So a problem people have, even outside education, when it comes to personal branding, is they're waiting for it to be perfect. They're waiting for the high quality gadgets. They're waiting for their writing skills to improve. But the thing is, you only get better by doing. Like my driving, for example. You only get better by doing. So start. It will not be perfect in the beginning. I promise you. If you start building your personal brand today, in the next 1 year, you'll just be looking like, did I write that? There are better ways I could have written the story, right? So now we've talked about building a personal brand, and we're like, okay, content ideas. What stories can I share? What stories can I share? This is conversations with your target audience. So if your conversation is with school teachers, for example, if your target audience is teachers, for example, having conversations with your colleagues, you would understand some issues other teachers face, and you can make content about it. Maybe you notice teachers struggle to set the exam questions, or teachers struggle to use Canva, or teachers struggle to get their students to engage, but you know better. And the reason why you know this is because you have conversations with them. So conversations with people. The second thing will be Google. Google is a free place to get ideas. What you do for Google is what you do is go to Google, start the question. So something like, what is education in something something? What is education? Google will complete the sentence for you. So all those options Google will give you, those are content ideas. And the third thing is AI. You can just tell Google, you can just tell your ChatGPT, your Gemini, oh, I am this, and this. I create content for this particular set of people. Please give me 10 content ideas. Mention the platform. Give me 10 content ideas on AI tools that I can share on LinkedIn. AI will give it to you. So those 3 places. And now, important things to note as an educator. So the reason why educators shy away, I'm rounding up, the reason why educators shy away from storytelling, from sharing their personal experiences, is because there are a few red lines, and we want to talk about the red lines. So first thing is school policy. So some schools do not want you sharing what happens on their property. Some schools don't want it. A way around this is to probably not identify with the school. So don't post about the school on social media. If you're posting pictures, don't post pictures in the school, right? So first of all, know your school policy. Is your school fine with it? Some schools don't mind because, I mean, it's more publicity for them. So find out what your school policy is. The second thing is protect the identity of the people you are sharing their stories. So like now, Peter is not the person's name. Even if I tell you the person's name, you will not believe it. But Peter is not the person's name. I changed his identity. I don't think he would have a problem with me sharing his story because a lot of people knew what happened. But he's a minor, he's a child. So I am responsible for protecting his identity. So unless you get people's permission, please change the name. If you can't, change the location. If you notice, I didn't mention the name of the school. Right? So even if you go and look for a Peter in that school, you have to find the school. So protect the identity of the people you are sharing their story, especially if you don't have their permission. Experience and excellence. Draw stories from your day to day. I mean, who would have thought that my driving escapades will become a story on practice? So learn to draw stories from your day to day. And excellence, you get better with doing. So make sure that every time you are putting content out is better than the last one you put out. Which brings me to my last point: best version of yourself. Always put your best foot forward. Always see it as this may be the first and the last time somebody will get to see me. So make sure that the image they have of you is good. So always bring your best foot forward. So now I'm glad to announce that for the graduating class, we're not stopping here. You and me still have a few practicals to do. So throughout next week, I'll be working with the graduating class to build their personal brand specifically on LinkedIn. I'll be working with you guys to put on helping you share your stories on LinkedIn. So congratulations to you guys. This is my gift to you. That 9 weeks you've tried. So that's that. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Thank you so much. Please, graduating class, clap for our facilitator now. I mean, helping you with your LinkedIn. Please, you help me too. I need funding. I'm part of the graduating. I need help.
No, Susan, I got you. I got you. I got you.
I mean, I need help. Who does not need help here? Let's indicate to see. When you
My
open your
mentor
mouth,
is on this call. She should not raise up her hand. I think my mentor is still on this call. She raises up her hand.
everyone that if you need help, you have to say it now. It's not just graduating. Let us come and also join and say we too we need help. But this was an amazing session. Thank you so much. Please, if you have any question, you can type on the group chat so we take it. We want to move on because we're about to let's wrap up very fast. Today is Friday. I'm supposed to be tired. Please put your questions on the chat. Thank you so much. I learned a lot. I mean, I need to work on my personal brand. I don't think I liked what I saw when I put my name first. There are some things I need to see. You understand? Maybe UNICEF, working with UNICEF and all that. Just need to brand myself. So get higher. But thank you so much for this session. And I believe everyone can attest to that. It was an amazing session. It was engaging. And we all took one or two things to go home with. It's an amazing session. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Simon Love. So, all right, we're going to do two things real quick. We are going to invite our cohort representative to give a speech. And we're also going to thank our partners for this cohorts for helping us with sponsoring some of the people that helped, apart from sponsored, our partners, people that helped us, collaborated with us for this PTIP. So we're going to tell them a big thank you. But first of all, we're going to listen to our cohort representative as she comes on. She wants to talk about her experience and just basically talk to her fellow participants. I welcome this. All right. I welcome Nyamaka Cynthia Okpala. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Amaka,
Good
as I usually call her. Thank you so much.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's not too late to say congratulations again. Welcome to the Professional Teachers Incubation Program graduation. I'm one of the people that got a scholarship to study this, to be part of this program. And it's been a resounding success. So I'm just going to give a little speech. A graduation ceremony is a significant occasion that brings happiness. And our journey through this 9 weeks has been nothing short of remarkable. First, I want to express my sincere appreciation and gratitude to our facilitators at the Schoolinka organization and for the opportunity to be part of this program. Thank you so much to the highly esteemed personnel involved and that saw us through this whole 9 weeks. Your unwavering support and guidance has been our guiding star. Then our special thanks to our beloved Miss Susan, she has been more than a facilitator of knowledge, in fact. Her classes has been so fascinating and interactive, so educating, so enlightening. I don't know about you, but personally, I learned a lot. I improved a lot. In fact, part of the things I learned was even how to, from our classes all this while, was even how to put things together. And even this speech I'm giving was part of the things I was to get. Now I know how to do a whole lot of things better. You know, she pulled us through this ladder, this educational ladder, with patience, with compassion and understanding. And our time here has been jam-packed with knowledge gained from different experiences. We had different sessions where we discussed different things. And all through these sessions, there was one thing that we were sure of. We always came out better than we were when we got before the start of this program. We always came out better, and for that we are so grateful. Thank you so much, Miss Susan. Thank you so much to the management. Thank you so much to everyone at Schoolinka. We really appreciate this opportunity, and we learned a lot. From my personal experience, my classes have become more interactive, more fun, more engaging, and the students understand things more better. We are introducing games, we are introducing we know how to organize the learning environment in a better way. We know what to even expect from the students and how to handle the students at different occasions. So thank you so much. And with bravery and optimism, let's face the future and be prepared to leave our mark as facilitators of knowledge, and also to bring about constructive change in every organization, in every school, and in every person's life that we come across. Let me conclude this by saying that let's seize this opportunity to become the teachers the future needs. Let's become the teachers for the future. Just like Ms. Susan said in the opening speech, we are the change makers. May we never forget who we are and where we came from as we move forward. And right now, I want to say a big congratulations to all my fellow graduates. And it's time for our adventure to begin, and for us to excel in different academic careers and opportunities we find ourselves. Thank you so much for the opportunity to take this session. I appreciate you. God bless you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Please, a round of applause for her on the chat, and you can unmute and also speak. Thank you so much, Amaka, for the speech. We are really grateful. So I also want to use this opportunity to say a big and amazing thank you to our sponsor, Nigeria Innovate Foundation. So they sponsored 5 participants for this cohort, and it was an amazing session. Amaka that just spoke was part of them, and I quote you me that we had a lot of experience. We had a lot of let me say learning experience together. It was fun, it was educative, they participated real good. So I want everyone, please join me to thank Nigeria Innovate on the chat. You can also unmute if you're part of the scholarship. You can say thank you so much. They have their representatives on the call with us. Just a big thank you to Nigeria Innovate for their support and their scholarship.
Thank you very much, Nigeria Innovates. I'm actually one of those that got the scholarship. Thank you so much. This program has been awesome, educative, and interactive. Thank you so much, Nigeria Innovates. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to know more in the teaching space. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, I don't know
Thank
if
you
there's
so
any
much, Nigeria Innovates. I'm really glad I was part of this. My teaching has not been the same. I'm a better teacher because I was in this program. And, you know, as teachers, we keep learning and we keep taking every other opportunity we get. Thank you so much. I appreciate.
Thank you so much. I don't know if there's anyone from Nigeria Innovate that wants to speak. Nigeria Innovate.
Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Anastasia Edusi from Nigeria Innovate Foundation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to the host, Oluwatamilore page. Thank you, Chiamaka. I have been here from the onset and it's been amazing. I'm very glad to hear about all this improvement and all you guys have learned from this program. And I am so happy and glad. Like I said, my name is Anastasia Edusi again. Hope everyone can hear me.
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
we
Yes,
can.
ma'am.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
yes. Okay, my name is Anastasia Edusi. I'm a program manager at Nigeria Innovate Foundation. So let me just, this is actually very impromptu, but I will just give you a little background of what we do at Nigeria Innovate. So Nigeria Innovate is basically an NGO that is dedicated to empowering students with access to quality education, career guidance, and mentorship opportunities. So with this, we thought, what beautiful way, how can we do this? How can we also encourage and make sure that these students are gaining rightly? What better way than to collaborate with Schoolinka, because your goal actually aligns with ours. I'm very sure that you guys have learned a lot. You guys have learned a lot. I mean, to transform student lives, you have to also put in the work as an educator. So I'm very grateful. I am very happy that everyone at everyone in this cohort and everyone that we sponsored has very good things to say. Thank you so much to all the tutors, the facilitators, everyone. We're very grateful. And I'll be passing this message to our founder. Yes, thank you very much. You can also follow us at Nigeria Innovates on Instagram. Yes, and yes, you can also, that's our Instagram handle. And with one more thing, one last thing, there's also one last thing we have to do. So we might also reach out to some of you if you can give us like review. May not be now, maybe later, so that we can have that for record purposes. Hope that is fine.
Yes, that would be great.
Yes,
Thank
fine.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I wish all of us a very, very beautiful future with this amazing program that we have learned, all the information that we have gathered. And I hope we make very good use of it. And I wish us all the best. Thank you very much. I also enjoyed myself in this program, like from the onset. It's been actually beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anastasia. It's nice to hear from you. Please, we should follow Nigerian Innovates on Instagram. Open your Instagram now and follow them. Thank you so much. They are doing an amazing job in the education space. Hey. All right. So now it's time for testimonials by participants. Please bear with us. Some people have some things they want to share regarding their experience in this program. So the floor is open for those of us that want to share, those of us that attended the program. Please keep it brief, in a minute or two. Just tell us your experience in PTIP 4.0. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sharon.
Hi.
And I am grinning from ear to ear like a Chelsea cat because when I signed up for this, I didn't know it was going to be this awesome, really. I was nonchalant at first, but then when we had a class that was really so engaging, I became very interested and challenged to follow it through. I want to say a big thank you to Miss Susan. You really, really did a great job. You know, it's like forming a shapeless ball into something useful. you know. So I want to say a big thank you to Schoolinka for this initiative. I learned a lot, and I'm a better person when it comes to teaching through the online platform. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, any other person wants to chat?
Yes, good evening, everyone. My
Good
name is
evening.
Mr. Shola. Actually, I was just checking out my mail and I got an email from Schoolinka. I was actually among those that attended the summer boot camp in August. So I attended the classes and it was nice and informative and educative. Schoolinka and PTIP program. I was so happy and I looked forward to learning in class. And getting to class, I would say that this program is a very transformative one and has significantly enhanced my teaching skills, boosting my confidence and effectiveness in the class. I have learned a lot. We have learned that also using Suno AI to create music for the class to make it interactive, and also Animoto. And I would also say that this program focuses on future-ready teaching.
Hello, is it just me or the line breaking? Can you hear me? I want to know if it's my network.
Like, I can hear you. I think
Okay,
It's
it's
her
fine.
so
line. It's her network.
Mr. line is network. Okay. All right, so thank you so much, Ms. Tura. I don't know if she has locked out. Thank you so much for that. Hey, okay. All right, so we have a question here from someone. I will be asking our facilitator. Please, just a quick one. We may also gain from it, those of us that were paying attention in the the session just now taken by Tamilore. Can fictional stories be used to convey a message if personal stories feels too personal to share? So this person is asking if, in case you don't want to use your personal story just to boost your brand or just, basically in branding, if you don't want to use your personal story, can you use fictional stories to convey a certain emotion that you want? Lord Tamilore, please, if you have 2 minutes, you can just share with us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for bringing me back. I'm so glad everybody has learned a lot from this session. So the answer is yes, it can work, but it will be hard. Well, it's hard for me personally. One reason being I don't really read a lot of fiction, so my brain doesn't know how to write fiction. But the thing is, especially when you're building a personal brand, you would want to share authentic stories that people can relate to. So if you read a lot of fiction, this might work for you. You will know how to put a story together that people will read it and think it was real, right? But I would encourage you to use more of your personal experiences at the same time. So you know how I talked about protecting your identity, protecting identity, and also school policy. It's not every story you have to share, right? Some of our celebrities, for example, people like Johnny Drill, Banky W, Johnny Drill, for example. I hope we know who Johnny Drill is. Johnny Drill, for example, didn't tell us he was married till like months after. We didn't know what his child looked like till her first birthday. So you decide what you want to share. So if you feel like it's too personal, don't share it. We won't fight you. Just decide your boundaries and work within them. I hope this helps in case anybody else had this question.
Thank you very much. Decide your boundaries and share. Please don't share all personal information. I mean, I'm advising this generation. Don't share everything on social media. Build a brand for yourself. So it's what makes your brand positive, your best foot forward, like Tamilore said initially. That's what you put online. Thank you so much for that. Okay, all right, we are almost rounding up. Please, if you have any congratulatory message for the guests, for our participants, please put on the chat or you can unmute. Anybody that wants to say congratulations, that wants to wish them well, this is an opportunity for us to do that. Thank you so much. The floor is open. And also participants, if you want to wish your fellow participants congratulatory message, this is the opportunity. We have about 5 minutes to just wish well to each other. Thank
Congratulations
you.
from Sharon. Mr. Ra, you were great. Debbie, you were very useful. You helped me so much. Thank you so much. Congratulations for everyone from Sharon. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations to us all.
All right, so we have from Ebola Emmanuel, on behalf of Ogun Subeb, we appreciate the laudable contributions and unflinching support of Nigeria Innovates Foundation and Schoolinka at equipping our teachers with 21st century activity-based skills needed to function objectively and improve learning outcomes. Thank you so much, Mr. Oyebola from Ogun Subeb. We had a student engagement bootcamp with Ogun Subeb on August. We're hoping to have more programs with Ogun Subeb next year. Please look out for that. Thank you so much. Who else wants to share? Okay. So in the absence of none, can you all hear me, please? Let me know if I'm speaking to someone. Can you hear
Yes,
me?
we can.
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So, all right.
Yes,
So
please.
thank you so much. Please congratulate them on the chat box.
And also, ma'am, you can
Yes.
use this medium to address those asking that how can they join the PTIP program? Some people were
Okay,
asking
so
in the chat.
yes, please put up the link again. So we're going to start again next year. As we know, this year is almost over. So we're going to start by January next year. So fill the form so we can start like a wait list. We have a wait list for those of us starting by January next year. Please fill the form and we'll start. Thank you so much. And on that note, I'm going to say, well done to everyone. You're going to receive your certificate soon. I'll be sending it maybe from tomorrow, maybe from Monday. Well, you'll be receiving your certificate soon. Please indicate that you've received your certificates and your meals. Thank you so much and congratulations once again.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, super excited.
Thank you so much.
And
But you got me coming. Why should I be coming early in the morning? Oh yeah, you make me spend my money. Call me Mr. Bean, I go make you on.